Isaiah Thomas played through the grief of his sister. That morning he found out that his sister had passed from a car accident, 22-year-old. And he was still determined to go out and play basketball that day, going on to drop 33 points in that game.
A poignant moment from earlier today on the floor at the Garden in Boston. Isaiah Thomas consoled by his close friend Avery Bradley, still trying to cope with the tragic loss of his 22-year-old sister China just yesterday. And a moment of silence here at the Garden, and tears streaming down the face of Isaiah Thomas. He will play, and moments ago he was introduced to the home crowd.
5'9" from Washington, number 4, IT.
I love this. I'm gonna say this. Henry Mason, CEO of Precious Hospice. Isaiah Thomas played basketball. I was a huge fan, right? Isaiah, for those who don't know, 5'9", all-star. For those who don't know, I'm 5'10". And when I look at Isaiah and what he was able to accomplish, I'm like, man, I remember coming through high school like, I really want to play this sport or that sport. And it's like, I was never able to, in my mind, rationalize being able to make it a professional at that height. But for him to go and be an all-star is fantastic. But let's talk about the grief that he had. Isaiah Thomas played through the grief of his sister. That morning he found out that his sister had passed from a car accident, 22-year-old. And he was still determined to go out and play basketball that day, going on to drop 33 points in that game. People are saying a lot of the times, you should not work while you're grieving. For the most part, I agree with that, right? And people who don't know, I worked through my mother's passing, my father's passing, my grandfather's passing. Didn't take a day off, in some cases working same day, even after getting the news, particularly in my mother's case. I think that everyone is different, but in this case, he used that as fuel to build his fire, right? That was the fuel to get that fire burning. He said, man, this is everything I do, because he later went on that year on her birthday and scored 53 points. And he said, everything I do is for my sister today. And he found that energy. So for me and for you all, we talked about this, living a long life, because grief is important. You have to understand how to use it. But living a long life, because I like to tie in purpose. It's purpose for the day, going out and doing this for his sister. Again, I've never met Isaiah, but I'm just elated to know that the guy could have made it to the NBA, yet alone be an all-star in the NBA. He should have gotten another contract in the NBA, different story for a different day. But we're very excited for what he was able to accomplish. And he gave a lot of young guys hope at that height as well. But most importantly, we're talking about grief and what it looks like. Everybody's different, but for what it worked for him, what may work for you, just understand when you're in it, anything can go up, anything can go down. Henry Mason, let me know your thoughts in the comments and make sure to join our grief sessions.